Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. If you're struggling to even start an exercise journey, you're not alone. I was there. I just didn't feel like it. So, in this episode, I'm going to take you through a few activities that will help you break through some of those roadblocks that you might be struggling with. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend. Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, the power of possibility, passion, and purpose. And we're talking about when you just don't feel like exercising. And I'm dialing it back to when you didn't even want to start exercising in the first place. I'm not talking about those times when you've been exercising a little bit, but you're just kind of not feeling it today and just don't feel like it and that sort of thing. This is going back to that time. And if you're a person who has always exercised, you're going to learn some nuggets in this podcast. But, I'm speaking to that time when it's just like, it seems like such an there's just a barrier, something there that is just preventing you from even wanting to get started in the first place. You may already know the benefits of it. I know that maybe the doctor's giving you a message. Maybe it's you just know you'll feel better. Maybe you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, just over my shoulder, I have a whiteboard. I've been doing interviews with people and finding out how many obstacles so many people face out there. And the triggers that get them off track or actually have them stop before they even get started. They won't even get started. So in this episode, I'm gonna take you through a few activities to just kind of address those roadblocks that you might be facing. And I'm gonna encourage you as you listen in, or if you're on YouTube here and catching the video version here, I'm gonna ask you to play full out. And I'm calling you out here because I've been there. I've been at that point where the stuff I'm about ready to share, it's really easy to go, oh, I've already heard that stuff before. And then you dismiss it. Yet here you are, still stuck, and you need a way out. And I have found that if I can catch myself when I'm real dismissive about something, I have a prejudge something, or I will have already had a kind of an experience that way, and I'm like, oh yeah, I already know that. Move on to the next thing. Life's busy. But when I stop and play full out, and I'm going to say, do yourself a favor and you move forward and play full out. It's an empowering way to actually just get out of your own way. If you're being dismissive, that's an indicator that you're in your own way, and this is the very thing you need to get going to break through that. So just do yourself a favor, move forward, play full out, and if you know where you are and where you want to go and why you want it, the only thing left is the capabilities to get there. So ideally for this, you want to get a notebook to journal these things down. Now, I get it. You may be driving. You may not be at a point to journal. Or you may be like me that says, journaling, that's not for me. But I'm going to encourage you to do that because there is a power of getting from what you're thinking through your arm, through the pen, and onto paper, and having a record of it. There's something empowering about that. And I learned that many, many years ago when I'm resistant to doing something or to journal or getting thing on paper. That's probably what I need to do. So what's your current status for your health and fitness? Think. Just get that down for a little bit. What is your current status for your health and fitness? Maybe out of shape. Maybe you're low energy, out of breath. Maybe there's a bunch of symptoms. So that's the first thing I would write down. What's your current status? The second thing to write down is to think for yourself. Think this kind of like a 1 year look back. So think to yourself, it's 1 year from now. and you've had the best year ever. You've dialed in, you got started with exercise, you started eating right, you got more active, and you took your health and wellness a lot more seriously, and you did it on a consistent basis. You just had an amazing year. What does that look like? 1 year from now, what are you writing down? As you look back, you're like, what did you accomplish? Next thing to write down. And I'm not doing this in workshop format here because I could give you enough time and enough pause to do that, but you could at least jot down these little titles here. And then, why is it important for you to get in shape and lose weight in the first place? So write down that why. Why is that important for you to even get in shape or to get healthy or to just get moving and drop a few pounds or lose the beer gut or whatever it is that you're needing to do? Why is that important? Now, I'm about to recommend an activity. When I first heard about it, at first, I kind of thought it was hokey. I kind of thought it was repetitive. And it was at this moment I was about ready to dismiss it because it's like, oh, okay, yada, 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 whatever. But we were supposed to get clear on our why. And this is how you get clear on your why. And when I start walking you through this, you may be inclined to just get dismissive and not do it and just move on. But I'll tell you what, if you do the activity, it's going to be a very, very powerful one for you. Because what you just wrote down, your reason why you want to get healthy and fit, is probably not the actual reason why. So we're going to dig deep. Here's the activity that you do. Write this down. So make sure you get it written down. Why you want to get healthy and fit. Then you're going to ask yourself, why do I want to achieve that? Why whatever you just wrote down, why is that part important to me to achieve that? Then the next step is to look at your answer in number 2 and write down, why is that important? And the next one, you're going to look at your answer in number 3 and say, now let me look at that. Let me dig a little deeper. Why did I even write that down? Why is that important to me? Now you can see where I'm going here, but we're going to still dig deeper because you're going to look at your answer in number 4 and write down, why is that important? And we're digging deeper into this because as you're looking at each statement, you're just asking yourself, why did I just write that down? Why is that important? And you've got to dig into here because we got to get to the root of things. This is what's blocking you. And we want to open that up so you can get right down to the bottom of it. So look at the last answer and write down why that's important. Then do that one more time and do it until you get 7 levels deep, coming up with the last one. And I don't know what it is for people. I know for me, when I did this activity, it was love and appreciation that from my family and my friends that I craved, and the attention that I craved with that, and making people smile and having fun. I know that doesn't sound like, what does that have to do with anything for fitness? But when I dug deep into that, and that was my why, that was my driving force, and it was to be there for my family, to be a light for them, to be able to leave a legacy for them. And I'm going off the top of my head of when I wrote this down. As I dug deep into that, that's not when I first did it. When I first one was, why do I want to get healthy and fit? It was to lose my beer gut. Do you see the difference there? losing the beer gut versus being there to set an example for my family and leave a legacy and have fun and set a great example and be an energy and a light for the rest of my family, and why that was so important with the love and appreciation. a lot of times I want to say it was for others, but a lot of it came back to being an internal thing, an internal desire that I really wanted and really, really needed. But I wouldn't have gotten to that if I would have just started with my beer gut. Because it'd been really easy to say, lost a few pounds, beer gut's down, I'm going back to old habits. That's 7 levels deep, my friend. That's your why. That's your mission. That's the reason why you're pushing forward on this journey. Get that on a sticky note. Review it every day. Pop it on your mirror in your fridge, or on your fridge, or do another one for the bathroom. Perhaps keep this as your journal. Okay, now let's talk about these roadblocks that you're facing, because now we dug into the why, and like I referred to my whiteboard here, there's a lot of roadblocks that people face. I don't know what yours are, and you don't want to do this activity while you're driving, but you can listen and at least experience it this way, and then go back to it. But keep your journal nearby, but close your eyes and meditate. Meditate on this one and figure out what is in your way. What is standing in your way and being so resistant of why you don't feel like exercising? Write down all the reasons. It might be the same things that are on my whiteboard. There might be some other things that are standing in your way. Is it just because it's too much work? Is it time? Is it support? Is it you just don't have the energy? Is it you don't know what to do? What else? I'm kind of looking back at my whiteboard here and seeing too tired, comparison, takes too long, it's too hard. I have injuries. I'm burned out. There's too many temptations. I'm afraid of failing. What are those things for you? Get all of them down and try to identify why. What are they? Because when you get all those down, then you can attack them one at a time and knock those things. I'm going to tell you what. You are unstoppable, and there's nothing that can keep you from achieving your why. Now, when I say that, and when you get things down, your brain's going to try and convince you otherwise, because you've been conditioning it for years. You're wanting to do this thing, and the body and the brain are just like, we've worked really hard to be in this other comfortable place. And while you want to have this little fantasy land of doing this, I don't know. I think it'd be more comfortable just sitting on the couch here and watching some Netflix and whatever. Not that I don't do that, though, but your body's going to be resistant. Your brain's going to be resistant. That's going to happen. That may be an obstacle, but you know that you can break through because you can do hard things. You want more proof? Here's another activity I did, and I think it's a powerful one. I'm going to share it with you. If you're playing full out, you'll do it too. I'm going to take you on another journal activity. This is a powerful one. Think of your life and what you know. What skills do you have? What talents do you have? What hobbies are you interested in? What's something that you can easily do and you don't think anything of it, and you could easily teach to another person without even thinking of it? What achievements have you accomplished? Okay? What of those do you have? Think about those. How did you come to know those things? What events in your life happened to enable you to know those things or achieve those things? Was it your upbringing? Was it courses that you took? Was it some on-the-job training? Did you self-teach yourself? Was it some schooling or mentoring or practicing that did it? You see, when you get those down, you're probably just thinking about them right now. You may dismiss this a little bit later, so hopefully you'll come back to this recording. But when you start writing this down, I did this activity, and I did this. It was like just a little short 10 minutes each morning. I'd just write down certain things. And then I started noticing patterns. And this was super huge in self-belief and confidence and realizing that I can do hard things. And you've gotten so far in your life at overcoming challenges and obstacles. life has given you challenges, hasn't it? And you've overcome them. You've figured out a way. I'm sure many were not easy. I'm sure many you probably still struggle with. But you pushed through somehow. You took baby steps, trial and error, but you got better. Get that down on paper. It will help your brain. Spend 10 minutes like I did each morning. After you wake up, just write down your stories. What do I know? And how do I know this? You know, I feel we should stop here because I've got some other powerful stuff for you. Because I titled this as three strategies to use when you just don't feel like exercising. I'm going to share those with you, but I think it's important to tackle that brain stuff first, because I can share these strategies with you, and if you're dealing with a bunch of other stuff, the strategies will easily get dismissed. You may have dismissed the practice of stuff already. I hope that's not you. I hope you took this seriously and are dialing it in. And then figuring out, once you've got those obstacles, you're going to go and research. How do I overcome this? You know? But once you get those down, give these other strategies a chance. You know, create a mantra for yourself. I think this is a great one. I love, we've got a couple of programs that I love and embrace, and just little mantras, little sayings, little catchphrases that you can say to yourself to keep empowering yourself. And when you start exercising, you can say that I exercised today even though I didn't want to. I exercised today, even though I didn't want to. Now, today is day one, not one day. So if you want to start doing something today. Keep it simple. Go for a walk, drink more water, eat smaller portions, but do it now. We have too many people that put things off. Monday always seems to be the day that people put things off, and then they self-sabotage so much over the weekend that they push Monday to Tuesday to when then it never happens. Do it now. Next one is to plan your day and do your plan. Create a morning routine to get moving no matter what. Set yourself up for success. Put your workout clothes, your exercise clothes right there when you wake up. Sometimes people will just sleep in them. Maybe not their shoes, but set the alarm 20 minutes earlier. This is the put yourself first time. No social media. You can do social media later because you probably do that. Well, I don't know you, but maybe you do that when you get up anyway. So if you're getting up 20 minutes earlier, that's not for that time. This is for you time. Okay? Put yourself first time. And then focus on building a habit versus the weight you have to lose or the inches you want to lose. That's the goal. All you're doing is building a habit. The habit of showing up, putting on your workout clothes, going for a walk, doing a stretch, getting in some jumping jacks or side out jacks if you want to just step it out, squats, maybe a few crunches. Once you've built some consistency with your exercise schedule, any goal you seek is within your reach. Remember, you can do this. You can do hard things. You have proof. You've written it down, or at least you're thinking about it to get it written down. Here's a bonus tip. Pace yourself and keep moving forward no matter what. That was the mentality I embraced. I just said, I'm going to show up no matter what. That's my little self-contract. And even though if today wasn't pretty, I'm still moving forward. And be aware, you're going to get sidetracked. Get back on track right away. You're not waiting until Monday. That's procrastination. That's a waste of time. You're not moving toward your why when you do that. Eventually, you'll pick up the pace. You'll get healthier. You'll get fitter. You'll get stronger. And you'll absolutely rock. Now, I've got two more things here. I know we've gone deep into this episode, and I appreciate you for sticking around and hanging in there. And if you've gone through the exercise and decided to get started, and you're ready to take that leap of faith and really push forward toward your why, to start with exercise, start with eating right, and you're wanting something a little more structured, join my virtual fitness group. I put together a motivated community with people just like you who struggled just like you. And we pushed through a lot of these obstacles. We talk a lot a lot about these obstacles, how to break through plateaus and what sort of things trigger and self-sabotage eating and things like that. We hold each other accountable. We celebrate victories. We provide support for each other so we can all get results. Details are for the next group that is coming up is at putyourselffirst.com/getresults. Once again, that's putyourselffirst.com/getresults. And I told you there was one more thing. If you want more simple life hacks, exercise hacks to build in that morning routine, grab my free Success Habits Master List. It's packed with routines, rituals, tips, and strategies to move you from feeling chaotic, overwhelmed, resistant to healthy, happy, focused, and fulfilled. It's absolutely free. You can download that at morningsuccesshabits.com. Once again, that's morningsuccesshabits.com. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for hanging in there and tuning in. I appreciate you so much. I hope this was helpful. If you found it was helpful, please share with somebody else that you know could benefit. And if you could subscribe in the podcast app and even give an honest rating or review, that would absolutely rock, my friend. The universe will send you awesome, positive vibes. You absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.